All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out my channel. So what I want to get into today is basically confronting people and asking them why do they think they're weak. I think the biggest misconception regarding human beings is the way they feel about themselves sometimes, especially when it comes to strength. And, you know, I don't care if you're a nerd, I don't care if you're a jock, I don't care if you're a businessman, I don't care what the hell you do. A lot of people, I think they're weak, or they don't think they're strong, they don't think they can be coordinated, they don't think they can be physical. And even if they do things that are physical, in their mind they think they're not that good, or they're not almost worthy, or they shouldn't be doing it, or whatever the bullshit excuse they came up with. But I'm here to tell you, you're most likely a lot stronger than you think you are, especially physically. Throughout my entire life, I've met a lot of people, and I've met a lot of guys who think, one, they're a lot tougher and stronger than they are, and a lot of times they get their ass kicked, I'm not going to lie. But a lot of people think they're stronger than they are, and they're not that strong necessarily, but I do like that they have the mindset that they're strong and that they can get stronger, right? And then I know nowadays more than ever, especially now that I'm getting middle-aged, people that think they're weak. Or because they're getting older, they're getting weaker. Or because they're getting older, they can't do as much as they used to do when they were youthful, which could be the case, don't get me wrong. I mean, we can't keep up. Guys that are 50, for the most part, are not going to always be able to keep up with guys that are 20, 30 years old, hypothetically, depending on what shape each of them are. But the one thing I'm going to get into in this video is learning how to really have the confidence to believe that you could be a lot stronger than you are. It comes from belief. What I always found interesting with nerdy guys or geeky guys, whatever, is I grew up, I was basically an athlete as a kid, but I loved comic books and superheroes and all that stuff, I think like a lot of people. But a lot of my friends that loved comic books, or even as I got older, were kind of like geeky guys. They were more video games or, you know, things in that nature. Really weren't that interested in the gym, but they loved superheroes, which superheroes, as you know, are usually jacked, strong, and they love that aspect of it. But when it came to their own life, they didn't look at themselves like a superhero, which I think is kind of ridiculous. I think we all have some type of superpower. I really believe it. I'm not saying we're going to fly and do things in that nature. Let's not get ridiculous. What I'm saying is you have power to become something maybe that you always wanted to become, especially kind of when it comes to physical activities. And I discuss this a lot on my podcast and my videos. The thing most people got to realize is a lot of times strength and power comes in time. You have to build into that. You have to take your time to develop that. So what you are right now at this point in time, if you are, see, like I used to be 135 pounds like my senior year in high school. I was one of the smallest kids in my class and one of the shortest. I always lifted weights. I was one of the strongest. But then after that, I grew. I've talked about it 4 inches, and I jumped up to 220 pounds. And I understand that's not going to happen to everybody. But I always worked out. I was eating a lot of foods, and I just, in time, now I started at 5 years old actually lifting like these weird weights in the YMCA, and I never stopped lifting weights. Now, it took me decades to get where I got to. I eventually got there. But my point to you is if you do want to get stronger, right, you got to realize it's not going to take days, weeks, it takes years, okay? But you got to start somewhere. And I also think a lot of times we were programmed by, it can even be our brothers, sisters, cousins, whoever, friends, you know, to kind of say you're a pussy, you're a weakling, you know, calling each other names, you know what I mean? Or you got beat up, you got bullied, all these type of things. I hear you loud and clear on this shit. I'm telling you right now. I've been throughout my life bullied when I was smaller, and I've also became a point, I think, in my life when I got bigger and stronger where I'm not going to say I actually went out and bullied people, but I definitely wasn't someone who was going to take shit from anybody. Let's put it that way. And sometimes I would get huffy puffy and, you know, maybe use my disposition or maybe intensity, I guess, to maybe get my way during certain situations, which I'm not going to lie about that. That's what I did do. But if you, again, are somebody who, you know, if someone's telling you you're weak, I really believe a lot of times they're weak. Because a person, like, when I don't want to tell anyone they're weak. I want to tell them how strong and all the capabilities they have. Now, if you have a coach, or if you're trying to do a sport and you have, and I've had this too, coaches, trainers, everybody call you a pussy, call you weak, that's a different type of mindset. They're trying to build you up, make you stronger, and all those type of things. That's a whole different thing. So I don't want to get into that. But what I'm saying is people that are maybe bullying you, and it could be even parents, like I said, aunts and uncles, whoever you're growing up with, a lot of times they have said a lot of hurtful things to you, which is, a lot of times I think too, when they say hurtful things to you, it's only to make you tougher, you got to realize. It's not for you to carry around for the rest of your life. I had real tough uncles. And, we would get in fights all the time. Both of them especially could beat the shit out of me whenever they wanted when I was younger. But each battle made me that much tougher. And they weren't out to hurt me necessarily or verbally abuse me as kids, because they're only like, whatever they are, 5, 6, 7 years older than me. It was something to make you into a man. So if you're somebody too, you got to get a little thick-skinned. You know what I mean? People did probably say a lot of things to you if you do feel weak and you don't feel strong. Yeah, and it hurts. But you got to realize you got to surpass that shit. You can't hold on to that for the rest of your life. All that's going to do is bog you down. Quit worrying about the back. Let's get to the front. You want to get stronger. I don't care what it's in too. It doesn't always, I think we think of strength, guys that could lift a lot of weights for the most part. If you don't like weights, or if you don't want to work out, say you don't want to be jacked or all that, I get it. But you may want to be stronger at whatever it is physical. Again, I don't care if it's cycling, surfing, rock climbing. I don't care if you want to, climb trees, hypothetically. I don't know what it is you want, but I could assure you, if you put the mindset that you are strong, that you can do this, all right? Now, I'm not telling you that if you're 100 pounds, you're going to be able to maybe squat 1,000 pounds in the future or something unrealistic like that, but you never know. I think every human is actually set out to do something extraordinary. Whatever you want to do, I don't care if it's water ski, snow ski, there's all these different type of things, but you may be in the mindset that I'm too weak to do it, or too weak to do it well. It's not true. You just got to get the mindset that you can do this physically, and you have the coordination and balance to keep moving forward and learn it. Take your time and learn. Learn from others and learn about yourself. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you get a chance, subscribe. I'm also on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And also, if you get a chance, check out my podcast, The Rich CELENZA Show. WTF Are You Talking About? I've been having a lot of unique guests on there regarding many different things. Fitness and artists and actors and authors and all these different type of people that I've known throughout the years that I find very interesting, and they also talk about what their origin story is, where they started, what they had overcome, and where they ended up. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Take care.